What's goody YouTube? Today I'm doing my 41st review, which is for an EP by one of my favorite artists, Sylvan LaCue. I reviewed all of his albums except his latest one that I'm obviously going to get around to doing once I am no longer on hiatus. And yeah, anyway, I'm going to start this review in 3, 2, 1. And it's crazy because this man is putting out a mixtape here soon. It feels like he's progressed so much from this EP that he didn't really need this EP at all. The view count's like half of what it was. And I think this is when I filmed Orphan because my face is completely red. But back around that time I was changing shirts to make it seem like I wasn't recording these all on the same day, which I was. But thankfully I didn't get fucked by the green screen because of it. Made me think you fall in love with her. And I wait till we get here to me. Don't. Ooh, even if I don't. I need to give this EP another listen. I haven't heard this shit in a minute. I've kept both of his albums on repeat considerably. But this EP, not so much. Not so much. I think that background looks really good, though. That's not the actual... Why was that not the cover for Far From Familiar? That was a so much better image than the actual Far From Familiar cover. I kind of hate the Far From Familiar cover a little bit. I love all of his other covers. Don't get me wrong, I love Apologies, I love that one. I like that transition. Okay, I like the way this is edited. I need to get my face off of the screen as much as possible. I think I even realized that. Sorry for not talking, I was just listening. Yeah, the very, different sound from Sullivan, over his past couple albums. This is definitely, the Far From Familiar Sullivan in this one. It's kind of like its predecessor. It's release before the release, just to get his buzz going. Which is crazy, because, if anything, Apologies was, his most buzzed album, the most noteworthy album in terms of his career. He always kind of remains the same level, but this last one kind of gave him that little extra bump. So it's really nice to see him doing well. But it's weird because I feel like I've had this years worth of growth with the dude, and other people are just kind of hopping on casually. There's so much to this guy. He's one of my favorites out there. I know he's pretty small time, but it doesn't sound like his music sound quality sounds just as good as anybody else. It's mixed just as well. He obviously doesn't have the big verses, but you don't need the big verses, of course.
It's the only time I can get away with some Drake shit. And yeah, it works. And all the instrumentals are by Fortune. They're a little bit easier to get into, a little bit more poppy. But I think
Maybe that's probably how he viewed his project. He's probably listening to a lot of Drake, and then was like, how can I get away with some R&B, lovish, love. I hate saying that that's what Drake is, because he's a lot more than that. But I think he's really opened a lane up for R&B, singing and talking about women and love type rap. Felt like my lighting just got better as the video progressed. Maybe I was finally starting to edit it.
Click this video as I went in depth with every single track on this EP for just general track reviews.
I feel like a lot of my editing, I'm getting the right ideas. It's just little tweaks like better image quality, more shadow effects. Little things like that are like what would turn it into a like really great video. Like, oh, shout out to LP Club here. Still making music reviews. A lot older now. His voice got a little bit deeper. I also follow his Letterboxd account in case I want to remind myself that there's 14-year-olds who have seen hundreds of more movies than me. I always wanted to do a collab with him, so I might do that if I'm ever off hiatus. But then I'm also doing stuff that aren't reviews, so who knows. Shout out to Venus Amore, who is the channel, or the spotlight here on Soul Music, and she's also featured on this project, so that's really cool. I was able to take someone off of that project and kind of put them in their own context. And I love that song. In the morning. Anyway, that was my review of, I just call it Ava, because I don't know the name of that place in California. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, with that, I leave you.